This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
This is where we meet India's young path breakers, the game changers who have redefined their genre of work, be it business, sports, politics, or entertainment. Well, our guest who has checked in today on this very special journey is perhaps one of the best musicians around today. Well, he was a software engineer, but he always had an interest in music, which is why he gave up his job and took up singing full time. And then it was music, music, and more music for him. Shankar, many thanks for joining us on this very special show.
Thank you very much, and you forgot one more thing, game changer.
Game changer. They call you an all-rounder.
Yeah, all round, you can see I'm all round.
If it's not a new background score that you're working on, you're performing somewhere, you're doing a live show somewhere, you are busy, but you're definitely not breathless.
It's a job, got to do it. Yeah, but as long as you enjoy doing anything, within the field of music, there are so many things to do, and still I feel that I've not even scratched the tip of the iceberg. So lots to do.
Well, I spoke about Breathless because Breathless was an album which got you instant fame. In fact, your first fame. How special was that moment for you?
A song that gave the voice a face, I think. And everybody has got their little stepping stones and milestones in their lives. I think Breathless was one of my first ones. After some of the ads that I had done, that's after listening to that song, people started recognizing, oh, this is the guy who was,
Yeah.
And still people talk about that song. कोई जो मिला तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था जैसे मेरी सारी दुनिया में गीतों की रुत और रंगों की बरखा है, खुशबू की आंधी है, महकी हुई सी अब सारी फिजाएं हैं, बहकी हुई सी अब सारी हवाएं हैं, खोई हुई सी अब सारी दिशाएं हैं, बदली हुई सी अब सारी अदाएं हैं, जागी उमंगे हैं, धड़क रहा है दिल, सांसों में तूफान है, होठों पे नगमे हैं. It goes on and on. Yeah.
So what is Shankar working on? What are you working on these days?
Actually, multitasking, if you go to see. We're working on Shankar, Ehsaan, Loy. It's a private album that we're working on, non-film album. Because this year we want to also focus a little bit on non-films, music outside films. A lot of collaborations and stuff like that. Then I'm working on a very interesting album with this. There are a set of DJs from Delhi. Very interesting. Their music is very interesting. They are called Midival Punditz. So I'm doing an album with them. Then I'm of course touring with Shakti, that is John McLaughlin's group, and I'm playing at the UN this October. And of course with Ehsaan and Loy, we're working on Farhan's next film, Karthik Calling Karthik. And there's Karan Johar's couple of films, and my name is Khan. And
Singing comes so naturally to you. You're effortless at it, and you were exposed to music at a very early stage in your life.
I'm from a very basic middle class South Indian family, and generally I've seen in South Indian families, music plays a very important role, and somebody is learning something or the other.
So it's important to be happy, to be able to produce some good music.
Happy, and also peace with yourself. You should be at peace with yourself. I think that's when you can think, because ours is a thinking job. You have to keep on thinking.
So do you pray for peace every night before you go to sleep?
I thank for peace.
You thank for
because peace. I know that I have peace. So I just thank God that the kind of peace that He's given me, and I just ask only for that. That just let this remain, nothing else.
Are you a religious person?
I'm a spiritual person more than a religious person. I'm not ritualistic, and I don't believe that on Tuesday at 9 a.m. I have to pray or something like that.
You also thank all the people, the right people who came along in your journey, who helped you at the very important, crucial time in your life.
Lots of people are there. The list is endless. To begin with, of course, my parents and family, of course, they are understood. But amongst my guru, who taught me singing, her name is T.R. Balamani. She's taught a lot of. She's dedicated her whole life to only teaching. And there are so many people in this industry, right from my Ranjit Barot, who gave me my first jingle break. You know, he just saw me singing in a jazz cafe. We were jamming. And Louis Banks, the great jazz maestro, he's helped me so much. Ehsaan and Loy, they were very reputed composers before even I entered.
Speaking of Ehsaan and Loy, how did the three of you meet up? Because Ehsaan was in Mumbai, Loy was in Delhi. How did you guys meet up?
See, that's what you say, destiny, and how people come together. It's in the most unpredictable way.
Yeah.
Loy just moved in over here, and Ehsaan and Loy were working on some stuff, and you start recording with certain people, and you know that you started gelling as people to begin with. We laugh and we crack jokes and we make fun of ourselves. So that is the environment even I like. I don't like to be serious about anything. That's how we gelled, to begin with. And we used to do a lot of co-production together in the advertising field. And of course then Thus happened. And
so surprise, Ehsaan and Loy are now joining us on the show. So joining us on a journey like never before with Shankar Mahadevan. Ehsaan and Loy, thank you both very much for joining us. In fact, we'd just like to tell all our viewers that there's a website, shankarehsaanloy.com, and when you log in, you see something there. It says, 3 individuals meant to be together, destined to be together. So Ehsaan, is this how you feel, that 3 of you are just meant to be together?
Well, yeah, I guess so, because it was like really, karmic, the way we met, the way we started working together, the way we vibed together, the way we've been together for so many years, So it's been quite a thing, It's like we really enjoy being with each other. We don't take each other for granted. There's a lot that's gone down between us in the last 12 years, and we're still here.
I just want to ask.
That's a surprise.
Absolutely. Well, Ehsaan, you've been working very closely with Shankar over the last few years. What, according to you, sets him apart? What makes him a different musician?
तारीफ करनी पड़ी उसको.
You have to understand that Shankar is the perfect embodiment of what you would call an eclectic musician. Not only is he a great singer, and not only is he well versed and really a maestro in Indian classical, his understanding of all different forms of music is fantastic. Whether it's rock or whether it's pop or whether it's jazz, and if it's not even understanding, he's so keen as a musician that he can already figure out what it's all about. And the way he brings all those influences also to the table when we compose, and his inputs, it's really fantastic, because he's such an all-round. He's a very good keyboard player. A lot of parts that you hear on our albums, which are like really impossible to play, like even in Mitwa, the whole solo that you hear, the sarod solo is played by Shankar on the keyboard. He's really, really huge, like a powerhouse of talent.
So you're an all-rounder powerhouse of talent. Have you heard him say all these things before?
Never in the studio. Never in the studio. Okay, this is nice. Yeah, I'm happy I'm here.
Loy, now it's time to ask Loy something about you. Tell me, what's the atmosphere like in the studio when all 3 of you are working on a composition? I'm sure there are differences of opinion. Who has the upper hand in the studio?
There are very different aspects to it, because sometimes it's about a certain, it's a key of a song, sometimes it's a tempo, sometimes, the groove is not right, sometimes you find a phrase that sounds, familiar, or, it sounds like another tune, and you need to, be wary of it and change it. So the many aspects of it. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right, and sometimes it totally feels right. And like when it really feels right, it's a unanimous decision in the room, and everyone gets there's a certain energy, there's a certain feeling in the room, and you know that it's going to work.
Then we know it's going to work. Well, all 3 of you together seem to have hit the right note as far as Bollywood is concerned.
See, I think I've worked with these boys for the last, I think, 12 years. And on a Sunday evening, I still look forward to going to the studio on Monday, which means that it's going right.
You love your work, yeah.
And we love our work. We enjoy being with each other. The craziness, the madness, the arguments, the fights, and the musical differences that come. That's what makes it spicy and nice, Because we are so different as people. I feel that each song that we make, it's got a unique feature to itself.
You're talking about song Dil Chahta Hai ki ek gana aap gaएं, so that we can slip into our first break on a journey like never before.
ओ तेरी बातों में कि माम की खुशबू है, तेरा आना भी गर्मियों की लू है, ओ मेरी अंगड़ाई में आके तू आजा, मेरी अंगड़ाई ना 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 तू आजा कजरा रे तेरे कारे कारे नैना ओ गजरा रे तेरे कारे कारे नैना.
Excellent.